You know, art is very telling, even if it's just with line and color and completely non-representational. It definitely tells you about who you are in that very moment. Sometimes kids with cancer, they get kind of labeled as the boy with cancer or the girl with cancer, and you know, their identity becomes that. They become someone other than who they were. Art is something that distracts, but it also helps you cope and understand yourself a little bit better. My name is Allison DeCamillis, and I work as an art therapist for VSA Arts of Alabama. So as an art therapist, I have a toolbox. It's a little different than other people's toolboxes. In my toolbox, I have paintbrushes and paints and canvas, and I really get to work with kids to help them understand, deal with, and cope with what their cancer experience is like.
I remember telling the doctor the morning he got ready to do surgery, I told him, I said, "How do you feel this morning?" I said, "Have you ate breakfast this morning?" I said, "What is on your mind?" I said, "Did you have a good night last night?" So he answered every question I asked. I said, "Because I want you to put every skill and every piece of notes that you took in school to work this morning." Yeah. I said, "Because you're not messing with his arm or leg, you're in his brain."
I think for Lamar, we don't know what his future holds, but what art gets to do, art gets to say, "I'm here, I'm sexy city boy," or "I'm young Hollywood. I am a person and I have a story and I have a life and I have goals. I want to live life right now." And art is really an expression of the present moment and of people being able to say, "This is it, I am still someone."
At that time, I was not thinking cancer. You know, you just don't think about that with your kids. So I was just panicked, just panicked. So on Tuesday morning, we walk into Clinic 8 with the bald-headed kids, and I absolutely fell apart because you're in the hematology oncology clinic. Summer was diagnosed with AML leukemia, which is an adult form of leukemia.
Yes, Summer was very sick when I first started working with her. I actually worked with her while she was in the hospital. She had no hair on her head and was not in a very good mood all the time, although I must say for her, art transformed her entire environment. She is going to be an advocate for this, and I believe that she is going to be one of the kids who's going to make a difference, who's going to tell people, you need to find a reason to take care of this. You need to get rid of this disease. This illness is unfair, and I think she's going to be one of the kids to do it.
Painting became a wonderful outlet and a release for Logan. He could no longer participate in sports, so he had this energy that he needed to release, and he did it through his artwork, and it gave him a real sense of accomplishment and of, you know, who I am. I'm not just Logan Thomas with cancer. I'm Logan Thomas, an accomplished artist.
You know, he created this piece. He was partnered with another artist, Doug Bloss. So Raid actually went into an auction that VSA Arts of Alabama sponsors, and it was the highest selling piece of the evening.
And he really just didn't think that anybody would bid. And then as the painting went up for auction, his name was flashed on the screen, and the look on my son's face. I choke up about that, I'm sorry.
And I just remember watching his face, the exhilaration, the anxiety, the excitement, you know, all mixed in as he's just beaming, as people just keep raising their hands and, you know, the bids get higher and higher. You know, it was a really powerful and defining moment in his life. And we lost Logan several months after that. You know, as an art therapist, I have a toolbox. What I wish is that there were tools, even greater and more plentiful tools, that are put in the hands of doctors and researchers to help them eradicate this, to get rid of this experience, so that my job no longer is helping kids deal with cancer, that my job becomes celebrating the fact that we don't have it around anymore, that I get to make art with kids that will forever be survivors.